Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Headlines with Amr. Today is Friday, March 20th, and we're getting started with a recent headline that I came across that reads as follows. Gavin Newsom opens commanding lead over Harris. Whew! Finally, am I right? Newsom, bring him. This is the guy we wanted back in 24, right? I mean, just a nice, generic white guy, non-offensive. This is perfect. Plus, he's pretty cool. He trolls Trump with videos. He trolls Trump with posts. He trolls Trump, yikes, what a tongue twister, with knee pads at the World Economic Forum that are signed by Trump. I mean, this guy's great. And whew, how about that photo, huh? Tall, fit, handsome, nice hair. Ooh. Am I into Gavin Newsom? Anyways, he's kind of like a president from a movie about aliens, right? Like I would trust this tall, handsome white man. He's a real President Whitmore from Independence Day. In fact, he makes President Whitmore look like a schlub. Sorry. But as it often goes with presidents from alien movie types, you dig a little bit deeper and you find out they're complete sketchballs. Why don't we dig into just a few of the facts here? Now, first of all, he was formerly married to Kimberly Guilfoyle. Her? But maybe it's less about that and more that she went on, this person that he was married to, went on to marry Donald Trump Jr., Donald Trump's oldest son, who to me is his general aura whenever I see him, like if I were to close my eyes, he just like, it conjures a mashed image of a municipal waste bin and a line of cocaine. Also, all he could get his girl was ambassador to Greece? Bruh, you're the eldest boy. What kind of Nepo baby are you? Come on now. Second, Gavin Newsom was governor of California, and he was one of the first states to implement a full-on lockdown. Sorry, I got Trump on the mind. Full-on lockdown during the COVID-19 pandemic. He said, you can't leave the house, you gotta wear a mask, you can't do this, you can't do that. But with all of that in place, he was seen at a very expensive restaurant without a mask, just fucking around. And there's a special kind of anger that you can really produce in people when you have authority over them, you tell them they can't do something and then you do it anyway. It reminds me of one time when I was in first grade, I believe, and my parents took away my Sega Genesis, only for me to wake up at 2 a.m. to hear them beating the game, beating Sonic 2. And I will never forgive them for that. I will never forgive them for that. And I think they're watching, so. Okay, and then also just some other things about Mr. Newsom here. I read somewhere that he has connections to the wine industry. When like rich people are into like weird hobbies and you're kind of like, oh, you're like a sketchy rich person. You know what I mean? Like the type of people who like, oh, he collects African masks as a white man. He has an in-ground pool, or, the people who are like, we have a plot. And is the plot like for their barley or their wine or their dead people? Worst of all, the coup de grace is that Mr. Newsom had an affair with his campaign manager, close friend, and chief of staff's wife. But don't worry, guys. Here's what he had to say about it, that he was deeply sorry for the lapse in judgment. And wouldn't you know it, that woman went on to marry Eric Trump. That's why they call him Good Luck Gavin. That's not true, but it would be really funny if it was. Now, you may be hearing all these things and you may be completely unfazed. You'd say, I don't care, all these guys are complete shit buckets. Give me some policy, what should I be concerned about? And I will not do that. I'm not going to talk about his policy because he's a mainstream establishment Democrat. And those guys are from an ethos that is not rotting, is rotted at its core. They might do some good things on the surface here and there when it's politically expedient, when it's feasible, when it makes them look good. So why am I not talking about policies? Because it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Speaking of what matters, why don't we check in with what Gavin Newsom told Dana Bash at CNN recently about what matters.
How do you deal with that one? I screenshot it. If I have my phone, I'd show you.
How do you deal with that one?
Exactly. I'm asking you. Come on.
I'm not running for president.
No,
it's not
that's the point, and the point is the point. And so what matters is what matters. Like, what matters is what matters.
Wow. He's, I think he's got a handle on it. And you might say, come on, Amr, lay off the guy. Everything is fucked up out there. Have you seen what's going on out there? We would gladly accept America regressing to its more polite, respectable approach, marginal, one step at a time approach to racism, classism, imperialism, and so forth. And I would say, have you seen what's going on out there? A man killed the CEO of a healthcare company, and no one really minded that much. Some people were happy about it. Climate change is so bad that the air density has gotten so low that home runs are more common in baseball now. College is a worthless formality. 19% of executive assistants have degrees, and yet 65% of listings for executive assistants require them. And I think we spend too much time thinking about what's going on out there and not why it's going on to begin with. And Gavin Newsom and his crew, they're really great at addressing the effects instead of the cause. And Gavin Newsom does great tweets, and Cory Booker can talk for 25 hours, but they're not doing anything at the core. And sometimes they work against people actually trying to address these causes. So taking this milquetoast candidate right now, sure, it might stop the bleeding temporarily, but we're gonna be in an even bigger bloodbath later. And I think that's exactly what just happened. And I'm not the only one who thinks this. There are white nationalists out there who don't think that MAGA goes far enough. Some of them are what's called accelerationists, who believe that we need to replace our current system of government with an autocratic, white nationalist Christian government, like the Christian version of Iran, I guess, which is ironic. Okay, I'm sorry. One of the more prominent voices is Nick Fuentes. He is an accelerationist, and while he did say he would be, yes, supporting Gavin Newsom because he says Gavin Newsom is better looking and JD Vance is married to a brown woman, he also is supporting him because he's an accelerationist. Their goal is to bring the current system down so that they can bring in this new Iranic, I did it twice, Christian nationalist autocracy. Now, don't tell me that there's no alternative and you're not being realistic, because there are alternatives. We just talked about them, and these people, these rotten people, are working against them all the time. So I want to speak directly to Gavin right now. President Whitmore, thank you for your trolling tweets and posts. We need you in this movement. We need you to keep doing what you're doing. And when it comes to your thoughts about maybe running for office one day, I would like you to heed the advice of your son, which you mentioned to Dana Bash in your interview at CNN.
You can't.
And as you so eloquently said, that, my friend, is what matters. And well, we all know that what matters, matters. And that's what matters. Thank you all for watching. I hope everyone has just the best weekend ever. And well, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.